Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. You're listening to Iron Realm Media. I listen all the time, and it's the best truth show out there. Forget about the mainstream lying. Get your weekly dose of iron. Realm, that is. Stay woke, folks.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
Ding, ding, ding. Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. Ba, 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 bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Beautiful day. Ba, 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 bow. It's a beautiful day. Ding, ding, ding.
We could listen to Iron Realm Media in a nanosecond, but we've lost the technology. And it's a hard process to rebuild truth frequency radio. And it's too bad because Iron Realm Media is a wonderful program.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the IRONWORX. Sorry, I'm just a little out of sorts right now. That's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. I'm actually well rested. Unusual thing to find on a 4 a.m. starting the show. But good morning, fellas. How you guys doing?
Well, good. So well rested, huh? In spite of your age, your advanced age?
Yes, in spite of my advanced age.
Well, happy Corporation Formation Day.
Well, thank you so much. Big 4 a.m.
Uh-oh, come on. Are you kidding me right now? Come on, hold on. You're not serious. Stop, baby. Stop. He has walked through the loop of my mic cord. Okay, I got her out. Am I still plugged in?
Yes, sir.
Suddenly the whole table started moving and coming into my lap, and I'm like, what are we doing? And I realized she was hung up in it. Sorry. But yes, happy, good day. I hope for you, good sir. I'll mute now and try not to let her mess me up again.
Yeah, Bill says Josh was born. I always thought he was hatched. I just always assumed I was more assembled Frankenstein style.
I know that feeling. Trust me. Indeed.
How about you, Zack? How you
doing? There he is. I know we haven't heard Zack yet. I know he's here, but he hasn't actually. He may not actually be here.
Trying to get up. man. I was looking. I saw something last night. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I thought I put it somewhere. I must not have. I don't even remember what it was. I just remember I wanted to talk about it today. And I can't even. I have no clue what it was.
Well, it seems like I've gotten gypped the last few birthdays as far as birthday presents go. At least from the federal government, but it looks like this year they followed through. They sure showed up for me this year. So much appreciated. In honor of my birthday, it seems they've just decided to cease operations. Shout out to the United States government. Many thanks.
Oh, did they shut it down?
They shut her down. Well, I mean, as of midnight last night, right? As soon as my birthday hits, they shut down. I get it. Don't got to tell me twice. Hint taken.
Well, I saw they were rumbling about it in different stores that were going by, but I didn't really click into any because, as you say, you've been disappointed a few birthdays now. So apparently they did it. Well, cool. So we just go now, right? We just do our thing, right?
I think so. What the hell are they going to do?
Right. All right. I call the Washington Monument. It's got the monster inside it.
I call Grand Canyon.
Oh, I didn't realize we could call it anything. I thought only in the government area where they had shut down. My bad. I didn't understand.
Doesn't the government control?
See, you're ahead of me on this one, right? Yeah, you're ahead on me. I'm just calling out flame wood structures. You're calling out the cool shit. So, oh, you're very pacey this morning, lady. You need to settle yourself somewhere, madam.
Oh no, the astronauts are facing nutrition problems from space-grown crops.
Oh, Lord, it's back. Dun, dun, dun.
So space lettuce is mostly water? Is that the way I understand it?
So, recent research shows that food grown in space does not always deliver what's needed. See, and nobody else can. I'm calling bullshit. I want to see one of these plants. Give it to a biologist, and let's see the difference of a plant grown in space compared to a plant grown down here on the ground, because I'm pretty sure this one was grown down here on the ground as well.
Well, what is it they're saying about space that's lacking the correct nutrition? I mean, why would that be a thing? What changes in the plant that it goes, you know what? I'm not giving up what I need to today because I'm in fucking space.
They're saying the microgravity, it's just that space crops lose nutrients. They carried 29 to 31% less calcium and about 25% less magnesium compared to lettuce on Earth.
So the nutrients float away in the microgravity?
That's what I was wondering. They lose those nutrients. It's not that they never had them to begin with, but they had them and lost them.
Potassium sometimes rises.
Well, that's not super motivational, but whatever.
Rising, isn't that a more Jim Morrison praise? I'm pretty sure.
That's Mr. Potassium.
Mr. Potassium Rising. I'm sorry, you're right. You got to get all the letters in there for it to work.
Otherwise, it just doesn't make any damn sense.
Carotenoids decline while other compounds increase, showing that plants are fighting to adapt to microgravity and radiation. Those chemical shifts might help the plant survive, but may not help astronauts who eat them. Yeah, I don't think the plant is growing so you can eat it. I'm just saying.
Exactly why it's there. Wouldn't have even showed up if it didn't know it wasn't going to get eaten. There's a whole line right out the door of plants waiting to get eaten.
So you would figure since they're in microgravity, their bodies would do something to offset it, right?
Okay.
No, I guess. Yeah, so they're going to have to find... So now they're working on building better crops.
Good thinking.
Frankenstein style?
Yeah, biofortification, they're calling it. Growing plants with extra vitamins and minerals.
Sure.
And how do you do that?
Thank you. So how does one do that? Because wouldn't we be doing that already here on Earth to make sure everybody gets all their vitamins and minerals?
Oh my goodness. Can't they just take a pill? Right? Don't we have all this stuff in like pill form?
In the future, that's how it works, right? I watch the Jetsons.
Like you don't even need to eat. You just take a pill. A surviving trip to Mars. Yeah, right. Just go to the frickin' moon already. Oh, does this mean we're not going to the moon? Now that the government shut down?
Well, they weren't planning to go till next year anyway. So
They said as late as April would be the, like, no later than April.
Uh-huh.
And maybe as early as February. That hurricane's turning. I'm glad it's not going to hit land. I really don't feel like going down there for a week or two or whatever. Oh.
I guess I can't celebrate a good birthday without giving a big shout out to Daryl Davis. My present arrived yesterday afternoon. Much appreciated.
Huge shout out to Daryl Davis and Flat Earth Farms, big sponsor of Iron Realm Media.
Definitely.
You guys have noticed in chat, well, there you go. I haven't been able to type because I've been catified quite early, so I'm not ignoring y'all, I promise. I will type as I can. Oh, what? That looks cool. I didn't realize. I knew someone in chat had said they were possibly going to go hang out at the Guru gathering there with Alex Michael.
But that was awesome.
Yeah, I bet that was pretty awesome, boy. I'm definitely jealous on that one.
Apparently, Alex has lost several Patreons. That was sort of what it was for. The way I understand it was he had held a little get-together gathering for his Patreons that could make it out there to visit. And since its conclusion, I guess several have canceled their subscriptions. Didn't appreciate the fact that Alex Michael drinks and smokes and cusses too much.
What?
That's kind of what I thought. I mean, he doesn't know for sure. I just saw this post on Facebook this morning, going through and putting a like to all the happy birthdays, and I saw his post on there, speculating as much that was why. But good on you, boy. You lucky bastard. I got 3 minutes here, Tommy. Almost 2 minutes till we hit 420. I got half a jib here, just waiting. Just waiting for you, Tommy. As soon as we hit it, I'll spark it up. It had been a couple months since I actually smoked a legit joint. Maybe not that long, but several weeks, over a month. Once I see things start to dwindle, we tend to go into reserve mode. One hits only.
I was trying to find the mute to say, I bet that's when the one-hitter box pops out.
Well, it stays in my pocket. And I don't really use the box. I use one of those small waterproof pill cans you can buy at the pharmacy, Walgreens or CVS or whatever. Just fits on your keychain, got a little lid. And it holds probably 2-3 grams at least, so I can fill it up and it'll last me a few days without having to touch it again. But yeah, that's reserve mode. So as soon as I brought the mail in yesterday, I whipped out the pocket knife and ripped it open and broke out my can of cones and pulled out a cone and packed one up. But it turns out I think I stay in reserve mode, 90% of the time. So I only got about 3/4 of that cone down before I had to set it down and come back at it later. And I did. Relit the son of a bitch, smoked as much as I could, and put it out, and I still got half left, which is what I'm getting ready to spark up here in about 30 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Have you ever heard of the People's Union USA?
PUSA?
The People's Union, USA. A consumer activist movement.
Oh, yeah, they're going to end up on a watch list. You don't get to boycott Israel.
The group has said that its campaign is focused on promoting corporate accountability, restoring diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI programs, and reshaping corporate influence over U.S. economic policies.
Oh, they launder money through donations. I get you.
Yeah. So they want you to boycott Amazon, Walmart, Starbucks, Disney, Target, and Ben & Jerry's. I don't go to any of those places. Amazon, Walmart, Starbucks, all of them. Familiar targets for the People's Union USA. Yeah, anybody that pulled back on the Pride Month stuff because people were boycotting them. Remember when that happened with Target? Oh, yeah, they remember, which outlined Target's commitment to inclusion. This year, we will complete our commitment to invest $2 billion in Black-owned businesses, more than doubling the number of Black-owned brands on our shelves. retail giant has been criticized for discontinuing its diversity, equity, and inclusion program. Disney and Ben & Jerry are less likely targets for the union. The company's inclusion in this list comes after both brands have been at the center of high-profile fallouts in the headlines over the past few weeks. Oh, this is about Jimmy Kimmel and blah, blah, blah. You people need to stop saying protect free speech. The government didn't stop him. All right, the guy from the FCC says he never said anything about threatening to do anything to the company if they didn't remove Jimmy Kimmel. Now, that is hearsay, but that's what he said. So as long as the government isn't telling you you can't say something, then, I mean, your employer is not the government. You don't have free speech. You can't go up to your boss and be like, hey, you're a fucking douchebag. Free speech. Can't fire me. That's essentially what they did. But they did it publicly, and they made it so people could find out where they worked. If you want to have an online persona and be out there saying controversial things, don't put your job anywhere online. Don't even let people know you have a job. All jobs tell you this now when you get hired because of social media and what it's done. The government isn't stopping you from saying anything except for inciting violence. That's it. Now, what a company does, that's not the government. You don't have free speech from your boss. If they don't like your actions and how you might be representing the company, then they have the right to fire you. Period. So where's the country where it's just smart people allowed to live there? There is no news.
Where is that?
There's no such thing as the news.
I think they call it the Iron Republic, maybe.
Oh, the comet's about to disappear.
Oh no, I thought it was coming for Thanksgiving dinner.
Nope, it'll be back until later this year once it gets on the other side of the sun.
Right. Because gravity. It gets pulled by that extra large, massive thing in the solar system. It's going to pull it back away from the sun.
Yeah, they're saying to still even see it at all, you need a very good instrument because the comet is really dim. I thought, isn't it supposed to get brighter the closer it gets to the sun?
Mm-mm. It's not how light works. Damn it, Nate. I thought I had it sorted.
Oh, the sound? I just noticed what he said in chat. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything off on our end. It must be what goes out through OBS.
Yeah, and I can't figure out what it's picking up. Is that for real? Thought I had it. Of course, I never did listen back to check. But I was sort of tweaking and adjusting live over the show on Monday whilst listening, and I sure didn't hear anything. Could have sworn I got some of that background bullshit knocked down.
Oh, malarkey. I hear you, Mike D.
Oh, Kimmel and Colbert joined in New York. Show a united front.
Oh, did Colbert get his wrist spanked too? I missed it.
Boy, he was let go before that. Before all that stuff.
Even though.
Yeah, they told him he's got 1 year. And because of his ratings. I guess the Colbert Show lost like $40 million last year or something like that. $50 million. It's got hundreds of people working on it. He gets a ridiculous amount of money. And nobody watches it anymore. Yeah, America turned it off, you know. And I guarantee most of the viewing that they get is hospital TVs left on. Stuff like that. Old people who fell asleep. I would just about guarantee that's what most of the viewers for some of these late night shows is just people left the TV on.
Well, I just never did understand how we went from comedy news shit being important. Like, when did that memo go out and I missed it? That was just like when Jon Stewart turned into Dan Rather or whatever the fuck happened there. And then he started being the guy you went to during the elections to get the real source and da-da-da. And it's like, he's a late night TV fucking comedian. He used to have a fucking idiot fuck show where he made fun of everything y'all are talking about right now. And fucking amazing musical guests. What the fuck is going on? Anyway. Clown World indeed, Ian. Sorry, go ahead.
You seen Dwayne Johnson, The Rock?
I've seen him before. What's going on?
Oh, either he quit working out or he just quit taking steroids.
Eating them space salads.
Yeah, he's definitely been eating space salads. Or been on the Ozempic or something, because, dude, he is so skinny now. For somebody who said that was all natural his whole life, people are like, yeah, no way. Yeah, let me see if I can find a picture of him. Yeah, here's a before and after. I couldn't tell that it was him. Drop it here in the Ironworks. I'm hoping you're able to open it, because I just opened the picture in a different tab.
Yeah, I got it. Stand by.
That is some major weight loss. Doesn't look bad by any means, you know. But for somebody who said that was all natural build and this and that and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, Ian got it. No adrenochrome will do that to you, apparently.
Mm-hmm. He must have a good makeup artist, though. He doesn't have the black eyes, sunken in eyes.
I just figured if he ain't out there in the ring anymore, he didn't keep pumping it up. But I guess that's not true because he was in movies still all swollen. Or is it swole? You get swole when you hit the iron. Never been swole. Well, I have been, but
National Park to remain partially open during government shutdown.
There goes your Grand Canyon.
Yeah, can we just go anywhere we want in the Grand Canyon now that there's no government?
No, it's mine. I called it. You can, but it'll cost you a fee. I've made the claim. Justin says he stopped eating pusa.
Wow, there's a new cruise liner that's going to be doing the Great Lakes in 2026.
I didn't realize they were all connected.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Doesn't that make it one big one? For fuck's sake. What am I missing here?
It's got the channel locks, kind of like down there in where they have not levees, but isn't it called a lock where you fill up water and you can change the elevation of the ship as it's going
Yeah, we
through?
have those in different little areas of the Chapelai Basin here to go from one side of the levee to the other and things like that.
Yeah, up there in northern Michigan, you can connect to either Erie or Huron or whichever one's over there on the right. Let's see if it can even get through those or if they're just picking certain lakes. So there are 3 Great Lake itineraries. Okay, I don't care. Just tell me where it's going to. We are part of these cruises as only American can aboard a new small ship sailing 100% domestically. Three itineraries in the region: 9-day Great Lakes and Thousand Islands cruise. Sail between Syracuse, New York, and Cleveland, Ohio. Guests will visit Lake Ontario and Lake Erie, including a ride to a shipwreck on a glass-bottom boat and an excursion to Niagara Falls. Then you got the 9-day Lake Michigan and Upper Peninsula itinerary. Round trip from Milwaukee, exploring stops through the state and neighboring Michigan, discovering blah, 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 blah. So I think that one's just going around Lake Michigan. And then a 14-day American Great Lakes cruise will go all the way from Cleveland up till Milwaukee. So you'll go through Erie, Huron, and then into Lake Michigan. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, they're staying the hell away from Lake Superior, dude. I don't blame them. That's a very dangerous lake to be navigating. I mean, like, they all are. They're all huge bodies of water that, have sunk plenty of ships. But I think Superior has the most shipwrecks in it. Ford admits it was very wrong about EVs. Ford CEO surprised that customers don't want a $75,000 electric vehicle. Yeah, imagine that. I mean, even in California, electric vehicles are only driven by 3% of the population. And I'm sure there's a way to do it. If we could just do the Geet engine and run everything on water, I mean, there you go. You're still going to need oil. It's not like you get rid of gasoline and you just don't need oil anymore. That's ridiculous. You'll still need oil in the motor to lubricate it. You're still going to need all the other, plastic comes from oil. It's not like oil production just goes away if we stop using gasoline. These people. Oh, there's another comet. Comet Lemon might be the best comet of 2025. Johnson City mayor resigns amid video controversy. I don't even know where this is. Where's Johnson at, Walt? Is he like the head of the Johnsons?
No, I don't know this.
So Hunter supported a stricter late night alcohol cutoff. So they were doing this to combat crime after 1 a.m. However, the mayor is caught doing that, not just drinking in public. He was getting into a car, which he can be verified with the tag, and driving away. So he told everybody else, no more drinking after 1 a.m. You got to close the bars down and all that stuff. And then he was found drinking in public after 1 a.m. and then driving. Oh, my goodness.
So I saw Regina asking there in chat a question that's kind of on all of our minds. How is Liz doing?
Oh, she's doing pretty good. Her and Cami just been hanging out.
Well, we certainly can go live upon a Friday night and have a little conversation with her and Cami if they're up for it. If they're not, we perfectly understand that as well. Baby. Up down.
Yeah, I can ask and see what they say.
Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, I'm so sorry, Jeremy, man. I am sorry to hear that, my friend. I just scrolled back up and saw Jeremy had a dog get hit yesterday and had to put him down. I am definitely sending out big hugs and love for that, my friend. That is so sorry. So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. It's one of my nightmares.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Grinding has started back up, so the trucks are running up and down the roads again. And right now, between the two newer male cats that have not been able to get carriers yet, and was on my way this week planned on going to get traps for them at the place in Lafayette, but then remembered I had a neurologist appointment in the other direction yesterday. So I had to put that on. And so my cats, who are all fixed, have been very intimidated by the two males who are still there and intact and quite territorial with their food and areas and all that. So I've literally been having to feed my boys like at the fence line to the neighbor here beside me and things like that, just to keep, because they just don't want to come in the yard. They're intimidated. Now that was already going on before my new neighbors moved in behind me with, a menagerie. Literally, there's a goat under their carport last night when we got home from home. They had it pinned in and fixed up, and there he was, just chilling around. I'm like, that's so nuts that there's a miniature goat behind my house now. Anyway, but yeah, they're definitely not hanging around right now. The kittens or the cats or whatever. I know I went off on the cat tangent for a reason before I got sidetracked with her actually laying on my keyboard again. Damn it. What did you say? Here's what she had to say about it. But, with the cats being gone, that's what it was. My fear of the trucks, because, yeah, definitely the trucks were in force. And I've seen Fletch and Blackie Lawless both walking across that road to the park across the street. You know what I'm talking about there, Zack. So this worries me when they're not around. I inevitably have to walk up front and look in the road just to see, and it hurts my soul to even go look. It is indeed. And as you see, she is right here under Daddy's gaze. She's content to be here for now. That's fine. It's just wasn't. She was definitely on the keyboard. African people have set up a new country in Scotland, and they won't leave, is apparently what Mike D in chat there has heard.
Yeah, it's getting crazy up there. I've been hearing.
Jack says it's 3 people. That's funny. What's up, Laura? I would type to you, but this thing, I think, Cleo. Well, we're about to get our dose of incoming National Guardsmen here in our state, apparently.
In New Orleans?
And the whole state, apparently. They're calling for at least 1,000. Our governor has asked for them, is where we are. I haven't been to New Orleans in a few years. I'll definitely tell you that. But I will say that on some of the last trips there, it had gotten a bit out of hand and different with like just street people coming up to you literally like we were in the French market. And, there's like little ice cream sellers that have little homemade ice cream they're making, or there's little daiquiri shops and just little things right in that area you can grab to kind of hold in your hand and eat while you walk around the French market and look at different types of things, leather goods or art from other cultures or whatever you're looking at. And you couldn't walk 2 feet without another person walking up to you and literally going, "Hey man, can I get a bite of that?" It's like, what the fuck? No, get off me. So yeah, it had been getting out of hand years back. That's been 8, 10, hell, I don't know. Probably going to a concert, me and Michelle, or going to, who knows, some event in New Orleans, because we were for a while we were going just to go, but it got, expensive and a little unwieldy, and so we stopped kind of doing that on a regular basis, but we still would go every now and again when something was going on. Some artists would be in town with a show at the museum or whatever, and definitely it could have been, I'm sure it's gotten even further out of hand since then. So now, does that mean, Louisiana taxpayers need to be paying for armed military to be patrolling up and down the street? you know, call me crazy. I don't get it, but that's just me. I'm sure this is more to do with the fact that grinding has kicked off here in my state, which is when they do, the harvesting and processing of sugar cane, harvesting it and hauling it to the remaining sugar mills that are here in our little area. There used to be a lot more. They are definitely a dwindling thing, and so there are a lot of trucks that have to travel a good distance on these roads at a very early time of the morning when there's a good bit of fog on the road and it becomes very dangerous. And a huge chunk of those people come here very itinerantly. Is that a word? They show up strictly for this season, stay here in a compound that was made from the old motel here in the middle of our little town. They have a compound that they are literally gated into after 8 o'clock. That's where they have to be because they're not actually citizens. They are workers that have whatever kind of pass to get here. So at 8 o'clock, they have to be inside those gates, kind of thing. So the whole idea of all that happening conveniently as they're just now suddenly calling for the National Guard to show up and help. I hope you see the air quote. Help with crime is kind of an interesting timing coincidence, I think. But, you know, I do live here among it and do see the increase of just more people out and about than normal. That's all I can really say. The traffic isn't necessarily bad in that most of them are on foot walking around or being bussed on a little charter looking casino size little parking lot, you know, type 15 or 20 seater bus thing that goes from their compound to the sugar mill down the road in front of my house here. Anyway, that is, like I said, I just think very interesting timing as our governor calls for, I think, at least 1,000 troops to be thrown at us. Now, whether that will be approved by Mr. Trump or whatever has to happen for it to happen, I don't know exactly. I did see a story go by a while ago where some general is now putting his 2 cents, retired general, putting his 2 cents on it, but I haven't clicked on the story. What's up, Special K? I would type a hello to you, but I have this lovely helper with me this morning. I know you didn't just bite me, silly girl. You're so silly. She didn't bite me. She just did her little bite me thing.
Sorry, I just
Heavy Metal Festival. What is up with that? What? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
my phone is connected to the computer. Sitting here doing my thing and a little pop-up shows. I got a text message. Apparently, my son went to the ER last night. His stomach was hurting him real bad. Yeah, he thinks it's his gallbladder.
Oh man, my son had his out during from that, you know, going through that very thing. Happened to go in to the emergency room a few times late at night with that issue, and now he's had it removed.
Yeah, that sucks. Dixie had the same issue. Like, hers got bad because her first doctor said, nah, she's too young. You're too young. It can't be your gallbladder.
Yeah, right. Yep, that's how the thing started with Quan.
Finally, she went in. She says, nope, skip all your bullshit. Just give me the squeeze test. Just do the squeeze test. That's all I want. I just came for the squeeze test. So they gave her the squeeze test and said, oh, look, your gallbladder's bad.
Audio is getting weird just for me personally and no one else, Regina, in chat. If that's true, then she may have ruined my setup earlier because she literally walked like through here. You see the little gap where my cord comes off the.
I'm still trying to tweak.
Well, maybe you have done something.
Nathan's got
But
me all
yeah,
paranoid.
when she got in here and got hung up, I was afraid she was going to short out that bottom cord or unplug it or whatever. But
Yeah, my mic could be low just because everything had been low. So maybe if I boost mine, it might make a difference. Yeah, there's Voy saying my...
yeah, Boy says you're low, and then Mike says I'm good now. So
yeah.
K-Ben says it's weird, but that could mean anything in this group of people.
Right, we started out weird. We've been weird since about day 2, day 3.
Right. I have seen that is out there, Justin. I've seen that there is a Stephen Carpenter rig rundown. I just haven't had a minute to sit and watch it. And that episode of Rick is obviously one of my favorites, getting into the conversation there with Mark and just kind of digging deep. Yeah, I see a lot of guys there in chat talking about how bad the stomach issues have been of late. Yeah, it's to the point where I'm beginning to think they're hitting us with some kind of low-level, inaudible frequency out there that's causing a lot of this. Yeah, you're weird for sure, brother, and that's how I love it. Love it weird.
Just a blanket brown noise across the population.
You know, why not? Fuck it
Why
up.
not?
Make it all great. Yeah, it was a really good interview. That's part of those, like, just those conversations with Mark is why I like him like I do. He's just a good person. You can tell just from hearing him talk and the stuff he talks about, the things he does out there in the world for charities and, you know, handing off a concert played guitar to some 7-year-old in the front row, this air guitar and along kind of thing. He's just a good dude to me. He's one of the reasons I can still listen to music, actually. Because for a while there, I couldn't. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked on music when it's easily done. Oh, I guess I can turn off the lap cam, too, now that she's moved on. Yeah, definitely a detox is a helpful thing. Caleb, I saw your headline kind of around the cat's head a while ago, and all I could see was heavy. I just got something heavy metal, so I thought you were saying you had just done a heavy metal detox. I know a friend of mine had done one not too long ago, probably about 6 or 8 months ago. And that's definitely something we have to kind of pay attention to here in South Louisiana, is those kinds of things. The groundwater here, I'm sure, is just soaked with every kind of Monsanto spray clouded down from planes. So, you know, all of it, we get it all here that seeps into the groundwater. In fact, when we were, yeah, I finally caught up to that heavy metal festival. Who were there? What was the name of the festival? Drop that in chat so I can go see what lineup you saw and be really jealous. I haven't been to a festival since probably, Lord, I don't think Shell and I have ever actually been to a festival, a music festival. I think all we've done are gone to concerts. So since at least the 90s, probably like the Lollapalooza era of things was my last festival attendance. It's a great, fun experience if you're a healthy person. Which one?
Rockstock.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It's either 98 or 99. But yeah, that's the last festival I went to.
Yeah, well, that's back when we were a little younger and able to deal with that kind of crowd and scene and whatnot.
My first festival was Further Fest, the year after Jerry Garcia died. It was Bob, and he called the band The Rest of Us. I didn't even go to see them. I just went with my buddy. He wanted to see the Black Crowes. And I got to end up seeing Arlo Guthrie. Old folk singer.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That was so cool, dude. He did the pickle song and everything. I was the only person in the lawn standing up cheering. Like, everybody's looking at me like, who is this guy? It's like, dude, you're at a further festival and you don't know who Arlo Guthrie is? Come on now. Yeah. He was one of those. He was a folk singer. You know, like Bob Dylan kind of was a folk singer, and then, well, he was. And then he went electric. Well, Arlo never went electric. He stayed a folk singer. His dad, Woody Guthrie, wrote the song, This Land Is Your Land, This Land Is My Land. Like, his dad wrote that song. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So this is a heavy metal concert you went to there at the Blackened open air thing. Is that the right one? It's pretty nuts. As soon as I saw the logos for the bands, I knew it was heavier than I could probably deal with. The spikier the logo, the heavier the music, right? Isn't that how that works? When it gets so spiky, you can't even read the name of the band, those bands, you know. Sorry, I'm just playing catch up. Fiber. Oh yeah, that does things. Sure. Oh, that's crazy, dude. He did the lights at the festival. That's awesome, Caleb. That's really awesome. Hit the lights. Hit the lights. Lights. The lights.
It's a good thing you still had to go when you were done, Jax. Seems like if you're on your way and you get stuck in the mosh pit, you may not have to be on your way anymore. Just turn around and came back where you came from. And apologize. Sloshing around in your shoes probably, but that'd be all right. Blame it on the mosh pit.
I remember I apologized to this one redheaded guy at Rage. I was crowd surfing, and I kicked him in the head like 3 different times. People just, you know, I have no control over where my body's going. But 3 different times, like the same guy. And he just kept saying, dude, it's cool. Rage. That's all he said. Big old smile on his face. Never was one for the mosh pit, though.
Me either.
I guess my size, height, breadth, etc., always lent me being acquired by the mosh pit. Does that make sense? If it opened up within 2 or 3 people of me, inevitably some dude would see me and hit me, and I'd have to come back in and get a little bit. So I rarely was one out there trying to start it up or, you know, immediately run into the first one that went off. I usually would get involved with somebody just giving me a good one, and I'm like, you know, why not? I'm at a concert. I think the last pit that I actually was in was probably when Suicidal Tendencies opened for Queensryche on their Empire Tour, the shirt that I'm actually wearing this morning. I got into those kind of intentionally because it was quite a shock that a band who had a hit song that most people were mistaken for a new Pink Floyd song, it was so mellow, having an opening act that, you know, have mosh pits going. It's just kind of a dichotomy that nobody understood until you found out that they were both managed by Q Prime in the day. Anyway. That was probably my last mosh pitting. I believe that was for their Lights Camera Revolution album, actually. And it was freaking awesome. Yes, Trip to the Rain, and indeed, Daz. In fact, I was digging through a shirt of hats, a box of shirts and hats a couple days ago, trying to decide what to do with them because I don't wear hats much anymore, and saw my suicidal upturned brim hat in there that I got at those concerts. I never was one for crowd surfing, though. I heard you talking about that. In fact, one of the worst things that happened to me was at a Metallica concert where I did not plan on doing any moshing. As it began, someone got passed over my head and fell onto me, and I was wearing a hat that had I think it was the Justice figure, with the upraised scale from the album cover of And Justice for All. So 3 of the little pin back metal things that you use to hold those hat pins on with just buried themselves into my skull. So I pretty much bled into my own eyes through the whole concert, which was, I guess, metal, but not much fun. Not much fun.
First attempt at crowd surfing was at Pearl Jam, 95 Soldier Field. It lasted about 3 seconds. And they had to cover the whole field with this metal scaffolding ground because the Grateful Dead played the night before and tore up Soldier Field so bad because it was raining and they turned it into like a big giant mud pit. So they put up this scaffolding. Well, I'm up for about 3 seconds and then I get tossed, right? Well, there's this group of about 20 girls standing right there. And they saw me coming and they all just moved. Like, could have held me up easily, right? 20 people. I know you're all girls and everything. That's fine. But yeah, they just all, my sister was sitting there watching. She's like, that was crazy. You went for like 2, you're like, I got moved and then moved again. And then they moved me again. And all these girls just like scattered. I landed right on my lower back.
Oh.
And then I didn't want to crowd surf at Pearl Jam no more. Yeah,
Well,
it was crazy. They were just taking me and another guy and throwing us up into the air. We'd like stand on their hands. Like, you lock your hand together and then you can help somebody get up.
Right.
But there were 2 guys, 1 guy on each foot. And I'd jump and they'd throw me up in the air. And then I just fall back and they'd all catch me. That was pretty crazy. That was a fun show.
Right.
For sure. Right, I think I am ready for work.
Well, we passed Eddie Vedder around at Lollapalooza like a big joint after he jumped down from about halfway up the scaffolding onto us.
Oh, you saw that?
I got a dude at the height of 10 becoming popular. The Alive video was throwing left and right on MTV. And Even Flow, yeah. And they were all like, so some female band opened. I can't remember who it was. Was it L7 maybe? That sounds right. Jesus Mary Chain maybe? I don't know. Some female-led band opened. And I had already I was there with my sister and a buddy of mine from college that played bass in the band that we had going there in college. I kind of told him, like, dude, Pearl Jam's really blowing up right now. So when they hit the stage, it might get a little crazy. Just kind of helped me keep an eye on Amanda. Because I had been at that point in a couple of intense concerts. So I knew the beast of the crowd might get unwieldy. Dude, when that fucking band hit the stage and the fucking opening strains for probably Even Flow started, it was like I got picked up off the ground by like the crowd. My feet left the ground, and I moved forward about 20 feet. Chris went to the left about 100 feet, and my sister went back about 20 feet. And I just started clawing my way across the top of people trying to get to Amanda so she didn't go down. It was I've never been out of control in a crowd until that broke down, started off. And then once we all got our feet back on the ground and got back together, it was awesome. And he climbed up all the outdoor scaffolding, which you know how tall and crazy that shit is, and monkeyed his way back and forth across it, and then climbed about halfway down and told people, you know, started motioning for him to come closer, and everybody did, and he jumped out on top of us. And he got passed over the whole like thing at least twice before he got back up on stage. It was pretty awesome. I'm trying to remember, is that the same show that Alice in Chains did too? No, I think that was the next year. I don't know though. It was Dirt. It was the Dirt album. So it was that same time frame. And he hit the stage, like when they hit the stage doing Dim Bones, he was in like this zoot suit, basically, a big ass, like just 8-piece zoot suit. Lane Staley was, and he jumped out in the crowd in it. And by the time he got back up on the crowd, the jacket was gone, the suspenders were gone, like all this shit had gotten ripped off of it. I don't know if he ever got them back or not. Anyway. Yes, Kevin, Pantera fucking rocks. I think probably Vulgar Display is in my top 10 as well. I saw that go by a while ago. It may even be top 5. It's the album. It's the album I can play the most riffs from. I know that. Well, it used to be. I don't know anymore if I can. I haven't played that type of music in a while on my guitar. Oh, and while we're talking music, just to clarify, Justin, I have issues, dude, about wah pedals. Like, I don't know if I've explained my addiction to them. I can look around this room and put my eye on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that box has 1 in it. So I can put my eyes on 6 sitting from this chair right now. That's the issue I have. It's not just gas. It's not just gear acquisition syndrome. It's WAS. It's wah acquisition syndrome. I love wah pedals. And I like this. They're all different. They're kind of like cats. They all have their own personality. They're all different and they're all unique. And the only reason I want to get another one of those is that they're so rare and I want to get them signed by, I have one I don't want to ever use. It's pristine. It's going to stay in the box. I plan on getting it signed. And then the other one I would use and put it on my pedal board because it's a smaller version of the big wah that you can't put on a pedal board. As you well know, sir, since you have the Tremonti Power wah. Anyway, that's enough of that. Well, we just got a 10:20 update from Tommy Tell the Truth. It is 10 minutes until 420 Southwest. But like when I saw it go up yesterday or day before as on sale, I knew it wouldn't be up there long, and I needed to make that decision quick. So I wanted to consult with you to try to keep me from doing it. I'm not going to do it. I'll be good. I've got enough of them. Oh no, what did you do? Something just happened. My whole computer just went weird. What's the carrot browsing? How do I deal with that? I know there's a way to make it go away, but I can't remember what it is. Anybody? No? All right, she unhang the call.
You said carrot browsing?
Yeah, when the little...
I know cookies on browsers. I don't know what the fuck carrot browsing is.
Yeah, that's when she steps on something too long and it brings up that little box that you say no to, but she apparently said yeah to. So now every time I hit something, it just goes and goes and goes. Get off. You got to get off, sweetie. You can't keep stepping on this. You're messing me up hugely. She's done it before. That's why I know what it's called, and I know there's a way to get rid of it. I'll just have to Google it on my phone. Give me a second. I'm going to mute up. I think I can. It's just the keys that are tripping, not the mouse. Thank goodness.
I think that's one of those Chinese websites. Tommy looks like. So he Googled flat Earth and had a link come up for a flat AF, flat Earth mesh, baseball classic adjustable peaked trucker hat for men and women.
Yeah.
And I scrolling down, got to the bottom. It might have been the homepage and was looking at the reviews. Because it just shows reviews from all the different locations, and it's all the same review, which looks to be maybe SEO keywords or just random text as a placeholder. But either way, every single review from all across the internet is the exact same nonsense as it flashes across the screen with different star ratings. So it just sounds like it's one of those mass-produced AI Chinese bullshit where you're taking a big roll of the dice if you want to order that flat Earth hat. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't.
So is it really a hat that has a flat Earth message on it, or is it just the color flat Earth? Because that was
no, it's got the AE map on it, and it says flat AF.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Because I was trying to multitask and hear what you were describing while I was fixing my problem, which I was able to do.
Trucker hats, trucker hats, trucker hats. I don't want a trucker hat. Give me a nice fitted
Wow,
cap.
you said it 3 times. Now we're going to get one in chat. Thanks, John.
Poof. Running around like Mr. Hanky.
What are you doing? Why don't you settle in, little girl? Why don't you settle in? This is not your side. You know that. You know you're on the wrong side. You know that. What are you doing? There you go. There we go. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
PBR Koji VHS Commando Single Origin Coffee Selvage Kale Chips. Fugiat Try Hard Ad Aesthetic. Tofu Master Cleanse Typewriter Tote Bag. Acusmus
Wow, somebody put a wallet in Josh's mouth. I think he is having a fucking seizure.
Inui Hella Small Batch Cliche. This from Rebecca Smith on Twitter. Only a 3-star rating. The funny Jenny Brooks over on LinkedIn said the exact same thing. So did Lucy Anderson on Facebook. So interesting.
I can't get you on camera. You're in a weird zone. So bad this morning. So bad. Bad. So bad. We're done. Crepuscular way. Oh, crepuscular way. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she did it again, but I stopped it. This time I told it no before it could lock itself in. Now she's grooming me. You're so silly. Man, I thought I dropped 3 or 4 stories last night into the
You
thing.
did.
Well, where are they? Oh, I'm in IRONWORX chat. That's why I couldn't find them. Did you see that spider thing? It's so cool. I put the story in here twice. Here, let me show y'all this amazing thing. Did you see
The worst
what was
comic
it?
book crossover ever.
Right. Did you see the bad redo, or not redo, reboot, whatever, the bad Wild West movie, Wild West with Will Smith?
Uh-huh.
Great show back in the day with Robert Wagner, but terrible movie. That's what this thing reminds me of. It's the robot spider thing at the end. No, it's me. Anyway, so this is apparently Australia's new 3D robot that 3D prints a home overnight. It could build lunar bases. Oh, come on, man. Are you kidding? Oh, good. I can just make it go away. So this thing can build could build lunar bases one day. Meanwhile, its purpose is to deliver low-cost, low-carbon housing right here on Earth. Now, this is a depiction of a spider-like robot on the moon. This isn't like actually a photo of the device or the moon or house it makes. This is just a depiction for you to think about.
Credit Hattie Bob.
The movie.
Weird.
Right, credit.
Strange for a stock photo?
Yeah, there's no fucking picture of it anywhere. So yeah, we don't get a real picture of it, but apparently it can design a large hexapod. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a large hexapod. It can design a 3D house, 200 square meter in 24 hours using 3D printing to transform raw materials directly into structural walls. Get the fuck out of here. It is the future. Flying cars, I'll see your flying car and raise you a house building robot.
What you got to do is go over to the other story you dropped. Looks like it's got some better CGI photos.
Is there a better picture of it? Oh, let me go.
At least slightly more realistic, I think.
I know there's a way to go there. That's not it. A way to go there. There it is. Is this better? This fake picture is. Oh, it is a better picture.
Because if you look in the upper corner, it's got 4 more pictures, or 3 more pictures plus that one.
Oh, my goodness.
Look.
Oh, I forgot the best part. The name of the robot that looks like a spider?
Mike.
Charlotte.
Oh, even better. Why would I assume it's a male?
Right. I mean, you don't see some pig written there on the little sticker. Some pig. Where are the other engines?
I just thought it
Oh,
was
there they are.
anti-cop. I thought it said... Never mind.
So wait, what are we doing here? Oh, this must be where we get the raw construction material. Oh, but we're back on the moon.
Back on the moon.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. So if this is the moon that we're looking at with the little tanks and the robot and the weirdly log cabin type housing, and that's the Earth, then what's that little thing orbiting the Earth?
Polaris.
A satellite. Oh, you're right. It's at the north side. Oh, what? You can get underglow? Fuck, I'm playing this. I'm downloading this today.
It's amp controlled. It can move with the music. It can do all sorts of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. If I can get underglow on it, then I'm down to clown.
It's also a Bluetooth speaker. Who knew?
Who fucking knew? Can hold your phone.
Wireless charging?
Oh, now they're going to repeat the same pictures all through the story. Now, this thing won't be suitable for all markets, naturally.
Obviously.
I mean, come on.
Like, where wouldn't you want to have giant spiders?
Stop, Sharon. There we go.
Apparently, it's only good with lunar regolith. Because they had handed out some samples a few years ago of what they thought could be lunar regolith for people to play with. This is what they came up with.
I think that was a self-driving truck, Ian. I don't think they need a robot to drive it. It does it its own self. So apparently Planned Parenthood has now closed down its remaining 2 Louisiana clinics in Baton Rouge and New Orleans after 40 years, citing political warfare as the reason.
You're so mean.
Through relentless political attacks and extraordinary political obstacles, our patient supporters, volunteers, and dedicated staff have kept this work alive. That legacy endures, and the strength of our communities, the lives changed and saved, and the futures people continue to build for themselves and their families, said somebody. It just quotes it, but doesn't tell me who said it. Interesting. From Melanie Linton, the CEO there at Planned Parenthood Gulf Coast. I know there was a story going by. Apparently some California doctor has been sending I had the name for a second, it went away. Whatever the tab picked. Man, sorry, I've got too many things open and my computer's acting stupid. Anyway, some California doctor apparently been sending the abortion pill to Louisiana, and he got himself in a bind. But I didn't. I thought I had dropped that story, but I guess I did.
I mean, that is odd. Seems like you can get it from just about in all 50
anywhere
states.
Online.
Yeah. You just call and order one. Yeah, hop online, order one, and they'll send it right to your door. I'd be real surprised if they said, "Ooh, Louisiana doesn't want us to, so we're not gonna." I'd be real surprised if that were the case.
So you know how Sherry always has to change her password every time she's listening to our show?
Indeed.
Well, coming up, that's going to be a thing in the past. It's not you're not going to be using a what is it called? There's a word for it. Thing that does your password management for you. It's not that. It's not a website per se or anything like that. What is this? Well, it's called the Slime Mold Crypt. That's right. It uses a living, gloopy, and I quote, gloopy organism with an ever-changing network of tendrils for its dynamic biological encryption engine, claims the inventor. It is resistant to decryption even by quantum machines. However, you'll want to treat your Fusarium polycephalum well, or it could die. So yeah, it's not keep it charged, it's keep it fed.
Who the fuck thought this would be a good idea?
Apparently that would be, I just saw a name as I slid down. Where is it? Stephanie Rentschler from Slime Mold Crypt.
I'm just curious, like, even if you were to divide the population almost in half, like men and women, what percentage of that 55% of women, what percentage of them do you think actually want to be responsible for another living life? I'm just curious.
Well, not in Louisiana apparently anymore.
Or even be responsible for another one.
Oh, wow. Not only are you having to care for your slime mold to keep your encryption up, but when you're using your slime mold crypt device, the operator tending and caring for the mold keeps your encryption healthy.
Sweet.
In other words, your encryption strength is tied directly to how you care for your slime mold. By managing 3 environmental controls, light, humidity, and nourishment, you influence the slime mold's vitality, says Wrenchler. The more attentively you engage, the more vibrant its cellular movement becomes, enhancing the entropy of your encryption. So basically, it's a Tamagotchi.
Kombucha.
Or your Tamagotchi. not
Tamagotchi kombucha. That's what that shit is.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is pretty nuts.
Here's your
apparently there's a
login credentials right there on a SCOBY.
Right? Get that down. Apparently a group called Cloudflare have invented a lava lamp wall of entropy type encryption device. Very similar to this. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And other weird slime-like life news.
I'm always getting chased out of Kentucky, Ian. Every time I go to Kentucky, they chase me out. By the time I'm ready to go, they're chasing me out. I just get run right out of Kentucky.
So not only are we going to be working with slime molds for our computer algorithms, encryption, but a new bugs and fluid simulation algorithm acts like a living thing. There's a video. Where's the video? Man, I was just looking at this video. Is it really not going to pop up here?
Have you ever seen an intersection like this?
The videos aren't coming up. I don't know why. Let me close this off. Sorry, Zach. Go ahead. I don't know what's going on with it.
Have you ever seen an intersection? I'm like coming off the highway. Now I'm going to turn left, but I'm going to be in the right-hand lane, like the left-hand lane. And the other traffic, it's like it's England over this bridge.
Yeah, we've got a few places like that.
This is so dumb. I don't understand it.
I don't either. I'm not sure why they swap sides like that, unless they're almost trying to introduce it slowly.
But yeah, it's like I take a left, and now cars should be coming straight at me, but they all veer off to the other side, just over this bridge, and then it goes back to normal.
What the hell is it now? Damn it.
Yeah, that's knuckin' fucked.
Yeah, weird. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that in there while I was crossing it. I've been meaning to bring it up.
Yeah, I have to click out of here and go somewhere else. Oh, God.
I see they're calling
No.
for some National Guard up there in Louisiana, huh? Up there, I says. Like a geographic illiterate. Either way, I saw you drop a story about Governor Landry requesting up to 1,000 Louisiana National Guard troops. Very interesting. Portland's about to go nuts. Usually they throw a letter, parenthetically, behind their name. Do you by chance know what side of the aisle Governor Landry falls upon? I'm guessing the right side, no?
I don't know or care. I really don't. I can look it up, but I was trying to make this video happen, and I finally found where it was, or I found a Here it is. Sorry, I just got to get this completed because I know I watched this damn video last night when I put the story in there. So this is his weird lifelike simulation that's all happening randomly from this weird algorithm he made. And not only does it appear to be doing its thing here, but the fucking particles start playing with the damn thing in the middle. Watch. What the fuck, dude? not AI. It's not like designed to do this. It just started doing it out of nowhere. That's the whole crux of the story that I was trying to show the video for. So, not to be anal, I just wanted you guys to see how bizarre this shit looks.
Yeah, that's
and the
crazy.
fact that it randomly started playing with that middle little spinner thing.
Yeah.
Trying to make it spin.
We watch the demons learn to interact with this dimension.
You know,
Cool.
that's what I'm saying as they come through and take over, right? Did I stop sharing? Yeah, I did. Can I get this off my screen now? Well, of course not. I'll probably be hanging up the call now. If I go away, you'll know that that's what I did. I did it. Look at me go. The dude who made that thing is like quite the little physics programmer, apparently. He's made some interesting little, I don't know what the word is, simulations, I guess. Here's another one that's really crazy, I think. Like, I want to play that game in the worst kind of way. Anyway, I'll stop playing with video stuff now. Oh, no. This is stuck. There we go. All right. Let's close that. Close that. And close that.
And recently, I bought another teeny tiny little can that fits in with my other pill-sized can, and Keef goes in that, since I still got a big fat sack of Keef.
Big old sack of Keef. Did you ever see a video of that machine in operation? It's just a big shaker and shakes it loose. It's pretty nuts.
I believe it. It really is like playing in the sandbox.
Yeah.
Seems like I had something to talk about too, but I'll be damned if I remember what it was.
Sorry. I know how that is.
You really need to write that shit down.
I've started doing that. It's the only reason I remember half the time. Or dropping this. Talking about KFC there in the chat. Did y'all see the gravy commercial? Was that what got this started? I'm just wondering. Did y'all see that?
I did not.
Oh, I thought I showed it to you guys.
Oh, that old one from several months ago?
Yeah, a few months back.
The weird whacked out one?
Yeah.
Like the fever dream
one.
acid trip one?
The cult fever dream one, right? Fucking Tommy, you're great. Okay, I'm playing catch up and chat. I'll stop.
What's the earliest did you guys ride the bus in school?
Yes.
Some.
What's the earliest they came to pick you up ever? Remember?
It was
Like
usually
5:30 at my uncle and them's house because of how far out in the country they lived. I'm sorry, Josh. Go.
Nope, that's what I was going to say too. I can't remember for the life of me a specific time, but I remember doing it in the dark. Like, I'm sure it was
Right,
early
in the
because
dark.
I lived out in the country where you're talking a half hour, 45 minutes, just like if your mom were to drive you to school, that's how long it
Right.
takes.
Yeah, right. Yep, that's exactly the situation at my uncle's. And I would like go over there on a Friday after the football game and spend the whole weekend and then go to school with him on Monday. And that Monday morning, getting up that early used to drive me nuts. I hated it, getting up that early, because at my house, I walked to the school that was 3 blocks away. So I wouldn't get up early or leave early or do anything early because it was 3 blocks away. And conversely, I'd have to get up like 3.5 to 4 hours earlier than I normally would over at Aunt Geraldine's house.
It's pretty blessed, man. Because we were always the last ones to be picked up. There might have been one more right down the road from us, and then always like the first ones to be dropped off. So it was like 7:05, 7:15, something like that. The bus would maybe, and then class started at like 8:20, I think. The first bell rang. Yeah, these kids getting picked up before 6:30. That's just crazy to me. You got an hour and a half before school starts. But yeah, I lived pretty close to both the schools. They were, within a couple miles. Ah, the corner from hell. I think people are getting so used to us being here on the weekdays, though, that they're like taking different routes.
Sure.
This traffic is getting less and less.
Yeah, I do remember being one of the first on the bus and one of the last off the bus, which always made my ride longer. No matter how far away I lived, I still had to tack on dropping everybody else off first onto my ride time.
Yeah, I always got home in time for my cartoons and all that kind of stuff. I was pretty lucky. Well, I grew up in a pretty small town. It wasn't very big, and we had 6 elementary schools placed around. So nobody lived that far from an elementary school. Middle school, I rode the bus for a little bit, I think a year, and then my neighbor's older brother got his car. So he started taking us to school. And I don't know if I ever rode the bus in high school. I don't think I ever did.
Yeah, I did. I had a car, or I drove mom's car or whatever.
Yeah, I got a ride from him for my freshman year, and then sophomore year it was one of my other buddies who was driving already. We just always, yeah. We were known as the 4 Horsemen. We called smoking a joint horsing around.
Right.
And it was me and 3 of my buddies. I rode in with one of my buddies, and then the other 2 would ride in together, and we'd all hop into someone's car and we'd smoke like 4 joints. Everybody had their own joint. Every morning we did that. I remember one morning, it was AP history was having their exams. So you didn't have to go to first hour, right? Because your exam started like halfway through the first hour in the AP class. It was like a 4-hour test or something like that. And I had guidance office first hour, but I'm getting ready to walk in. My buddy's like, "Hey, you're in guidance office, right?" He's like, "I got AP today, so you want to go burn one?" I just got done. I was like, "Yeah, I'll skip guidance office today, no big deal." And he's got like 3 different bags of pot sitting on his lap. He's breaking up or cutting a blunt. And the vice principal, I see her at the back of his truck, right at the corners when I caught her. And she's walking up to his window. And I was just like, "Put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down." And she saw everything. I mean, he did eventually get it between his legs, but she saw. And she comes up, she's like, "Joe, got your AP test today?" "Yes, ma'am." "Zach, are we going to skip guidance office this morning?" "Yes, ma'am." "All right, it'd probably be a good idea for you guys to take off and go find a better place to do that." Now, if I would have been a troublemaker, me and him were both good kids as far as they knew, Like, we didn't break stuff, we didn't steal stuff. Yeah, we messed around and joked around and we're kind of class clowns, but for the most part, we were good kids. Didn't get into fights, never been expelled, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so we got away with stuff like that. Now, if it would have been one of the bad kids they didn't like, oh, they would have been probably calling the cops and all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, it does pay to just try to be a good person. It really does. Like, I messed up at work last week. Sent somebody into a parking lot. The kid's not paying attention and pulls behind one of the trucks as it's backing up, and they ran into his car. My boss asked, hey, did you tell him that he could go through there? Yes, I did. You know, I'm not going to hide it or lie about it or this and that. I thought I was going to get written up for sure, possibly lose my job. And I was talking to the manager. I was like, hey, man, I did it. It was my fault. You know, I'm not going to try to lie to you or hide it. If I need to get written up or suspended or whatever for Sumter, the business we work with, if that'll make them happy and, you know, we can keep working with them the same, whatever needs to be done. He's like, nope. He's like, I don't know what's going to happen yet, but you're not going to lose your job. Okay, that works for me, man. Never heard another word about it. Never nothing. They're like, I appreciate you telling me the truth. That's all he said. Yeah, telling the truth is the easiest way. It just makes life easier when you tell the truth. It really does. Oh, man. It was a little chilly yesterday morning. I had my hooded sweatshirt on. It was a high of 70 degrees yesterday. Fall is coming. I think we're getting up to 80 today, though. Yeah, 79. And not that 70's cold, but it was raining on me and the wind was blowing real hard. And that's what did it. My hands started getting all cold, and I was like, screw this. Went and got my gloves and put some stuff on. Listening to the Black album. Filling time up. Every day on the way to work. We used to listen to my neighbor's older brother taught me about so much music that I had never listened to. He liked a lot of hip hop, and then he liked classic rock. But it was like classic rock that, like, he loved Jethro Tull, and I had barely heard of Jethro Tull. You know, you hear a couple songs on the radio maybe, and he took me. Rock. Yeah, dude. Anybody who can jam a flute like that. Yeah, I fell in love with Jethro Tull because of him, and then like ABC, Belle Biv DeVoe, Boys to Men. He got me into all that kind of stuff in my rhythm R&B days back in the day.
Before I was driving the car, or got my grandma's old car, I would ride to school with a buddy named Keith Williams, who played guitar, had an Explorer 2 that I got to borrow. He played it through a Marshall combo amp, and he had a green, what's the weird off name? Nobles? Yeah, green, like a TS9 looking distortion box. And he had an 8-track player still in his car. And we would listen to like crazy older things, like the first probably 3 or 4 Rush albums, the early Pink Floyd stuff like Metal, Meddle, Metal, that album, and Pigs on the Wing and stuff like that, like the Animals album, all the early Pink Floyd stuff. We would listen to that stuff. He's the guy that taught me how to do air guitar on the steering wheel while you drove and stuff. And he would always have one ready to go as soon as I'd get in the car. And he'd spark it up literally as he'd be backing out of my driveway. I'd be like, dude, wait. You know, I want mom to look out. Yeah.
Dawn says she loved Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I just saw that too.
Yep. We used to jam them. A couple years after, when I got to be like a junior, I was introduced to Bone Thugs and Harmony. And my buddy had a big sound system in a little Bronco too. And we used to ride around town rattling the windows.
I think the only bus I had music in was when I was actually living here for that 1.5 year that I went to school here in Franklin, because I grew up living in Mississippi. My mom and dad divorced. He was here and we were there and we went to school there. But when she was going to respiratory therapy school, we did live here during we would only come here in the summers and during holidays to see Dad and visit with them. And then I would live at Mom's, but we came here and lived again while she was at school. And during that period here in Franklin, in I guess that would have been 78, 76, the school bus driver had an 8-track player, and he would play stuff like Sir Duke, whatever album that was that Stevie Wonder, that Sir Duke was on. You know, the one with all the horns. That song, whatever album that song was on, he played that endlessly. Like, I know all the deep cuts on that album just because I heard that album. He wouldn't just play that one song. He would play the whole album, deep cut, wise. And then one other funk album. What was it? Was it Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah. Is it What Goes Up Must Come Down? Spinning Wheel. That's them, right? Yeah. That album. Whatever album that is on. Endlessly. Oh, yeah, I know what a Nobles is now there, Valentino. Thank you, sir. But at the time, that was like a foreign device. Nobody knew what that was if it wasn't a Boss or a DOD or whatever at the time. Or what's the one, the weird shaped stuff? Behringer. Spinning Wheel. There you go, Jack. Hotter Than July. That is it. I would see that on the cassette 8-track, as I went on the bus. Yep. Y'all rock, man. Y'all fucking rock.
Did you know that the Earth was uninhabitable until the moon collided with it? Or the collision that created the moon?
Cool.
Allegedly. Then what about all the people in history that claim that they were around before the moon appeared? What are they called? Arcadians or something like that?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Yep.
And they said when it came into the sky, it brought turmoil everywhere, massive destruction, yada, yada, yada. I watched The Lord of the Rings.
Laura wants to know according to who. That's what I want to know. Who was there
exactly.
checking all that out?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, Don. I was talking about that with somebody not too long ago about the stations I would listen to that would play like Stevie Wonder, followed by Kiss, followed by Sha Na Na, followed by, whatever. It was a bunch of music all mixed up. Sorry, I didn't mean to backtrack to the music. I can't help it. I have problems. called musical Tourette's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, got something suddenly playing in my ear. What did she do now? Oh, I got it. You have a good day, Regina.
Regina, thank you
for
so
hanging
much
out.
for donating to the Bunny House. Much appreciated. As far as I know, you're the only one, but it is appreciated. I saw that you did it, so thank you so much.
Yeah, bunnies need loving too.
It's not like we live in a society that eats cats and dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we don't.
Evidence of hybrid mammoths roaming the ancient Americas. So apparently the mammoths, there was multiple different kinds and they were interbreeding
And some
and making new ones.
Electric. Some were part electric.
Yeah, then, I mean, how many animals can do that? Are there any? I mean, the horse and the donkey, you make a mule, but the mule can't reproduce. Can a liger reproduce? The liger and the, or lion and the tiger?
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask Napoleon.
Gosh.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So only a female liger can produce with other big cats, but a male liger is sterile and cannot reproduce, according to AI.
There you go. Allegedly.
And a tigan? What's that?
I don't know a tiger.
For lion?
That might have been in the
wasn't she an actress?
Extra scene.
Christy Teigen?
I think she was the cover model, I believe.
Yeah, this guy at work, he likes to tell stories. Real nice guy, but he tried telling me that if you plant two seeds next to each other, that'll make a new plant. I was like, no, you're wrong.
That's not
I didn't even allow it to go on for a second. I was like, no, never happened. I'm not sure where you heard that, but no. That's like saying if I set two babies down next to each other, that they're going to grow into each other and make something new. No, bullshit. None of the kingdoms work that way. Now, plants can intertwine and wrap around each other and this and that, but one's one plant, one's the other. You can even splice a plant and put another plant growing out of another plant. But that plant is still going to produce the fruit that it originally was going to produce. And the other one will produce the fruit it's going to produce. Not going to mix together and make some new fruit or new species. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, it was a nice guy. Like I said, real nice guy. But just likes to make stuff up. That's not how that works. Exactly, Justin. Nathan used to see a lot of jackalopes when he was snipe hunting. We're slowly rolling up to the end here, gents.
Yeah, we only got about 3 damn minutes.
So apparently Mr. Beast trapped a guy in a burning building to see if he could escape for $500,000, and he's catching shit for it.
What that dude got like taken down?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I just remember a big hullabaloo about him faking this and faking that, and I thought he was kind of canceled or whatever. All his little candy bars disappeared out of our Walmart or went on clearance or whatever. I thought he was kind of a done deal. Apparently not, though, if he's still burning people in buildings.
Well, did the guy get out?
Yeah, and he made 300. He was a stunt man. It wasn't just some like homeless guy off the road. He was a stunt guy. He was in all the gear. They had firefighters and all that kind of stuff there, but he did put him in a burning building, like fire all around him. And he had to try to grab as much cash as he could before he escaped.
So he put himself in a burning building in an attempt to get money?
Yep.
Explain to me how that's different than a firefighter? I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I guess there's a bunch of people up in arms saying, you shouldn't have done that. Where I could see their point. I mean, that could have went horribly wrong.
So could you drive to work? So could at any point during your day, things can go horribly wrong.
Gina took my crown and then left.
She said, yoink.
Yep, she definitely did.
Oh, Dwayne Johnson said he lost weight to play an old man in a movie called Lizard Music. He said, think Clint Eastwood is 75.
What?
Like, dude, you're not 75. So he's going to be playing a 75-year-old man.
A lizard? No.
Who's best friends with a chicken of the same age, a 75-year-old chicken.
And a 75-year-old lizard. But they're a band, or a duet at the least. Because they make lizard music, correct?
Because he's happy not to be carrying all that weight. I'm able to tuck my shirt now. I don't look pregnant, so it's all good. You really didn't look pregnant before. At least any of the pictures I saw. You look pretty ripped.
He got that body dysmorphia. Like, obviously, you could tuck your shirt in if you bought a bigger shirt. But if you bought a bigger shirt, you couldn't show off your muscles. So you have to make a decision. Tuck in my shirt or show off my muscles? Tuck in my shirt or show off my muscles? Lose the muscles, tuck in my shirt. Problem solved.
Yeah, people gaining and losing weight like that for movies. I don't know. That's kind of crazy to me.
Christian Bale, still the king of it. Both directions.
Yeah, and
Jared Leto's pretty good.
You're right. He's pretty decent at it. You're right.
Joaquin Phoenix or the Joker.
I don't know. Go watch The Mechanic and come back and talk to me again.
No, I remember The Mechanic.
Fucking
nuts. Did you see Joaquin's body?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Like
in
a
the
skeleton.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He's you know.
Yeah, not that
Lord,
big of a guy.
It's time to go.
Yeah. Oh, love y'all.
Shit, we're
Love
past.
y'all,
Love you
y'all.
guys.
Thank y'all. Yep, shit. All right.
Seems how I don't think we have anything planned for Friday night.
No, I haven't heard from Lee. I know he's got things going on, so I assumed that was still kind of his focus, trying to get that all straight. I would be focused on the kids as well.
Yeah. Well, that being said, we'll be back here on Friday morning. Thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. It is much appreciated. And all the donations and all of the donations. And all the donations. Love you guys. We'll see you Friday morning. Be good, be well. Do good, do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.